Okay, we're back. We're going to continue this series. So, I guess a little bit more than a week on really creating and achieving results in your business and your life beyond where you are now. We've talked about both the conscious, subconscious. We've talked about some strategies, put it on the calendar, do it now strategy, the mini task strategy. Now we've talked about cultivating the ability to see and act. In fact, let me go ahead and bring that part up on the screen. So cultivating the ability to see and act beyond what you see. And by the way, if you've missed any of these prior videos, you can go back and cycle through them, all right, on these different strategies. But the key is to put them into practice. And today we're going to talk about a couple additional things to cultivate. The last two was this ability to see and act beyond what you see and your internal state. Okay, particularly cultivating enthusiasm for a better tomorrow, for the future. These were a couple of words and phrases from Brendan Burchard, including this one, level up, great one to put into practice. And then the questions that I share with you that I've been asking myself recently is, who do I want to become? Or in this next, situation or encounter, who do I want to be? How do I want to be? And then what experience do I want to give others of myself? What experience do you want to give others of you? Okay, whether it's your family, your loved ones, your business partners, your clients and customers, and so on. So today, let's talk about two other things to cultivate. Here's another powerful one, very significant, especially those that are of us that are entrepreneurial or wanting to create something beyond, again, where we are now in terms of impact, in terms of some creative work, mission work, or business work that really makes a difference. We really want to have the willingness to navigate challenges. Okay, willingness to navigate challenges, and it's cultivating that willingness. That's the word I write down in circle, is willingness. Okay, are we willing to get through some frustration, some obstacles, some challenges? Because there will be some, and I put here both chosen and unexpected, because whenever we're choosing to step into something beyond what we've done so far or to learn some new skills, that's a chosen challenge. Okay, because we're going to be trying something we haven't done before. We're going to be learning some new skills. There's definitely going to be challenge there, and we chose that. Okay, but we have to have the willingness to navigate that, the willingness that we're not necessarily good right away. It's not something we already knew how to do, so we're stepping into a new arena, or we're stepping beyond where we are now and developing some new skills, getting some new coaching, some new mentoring. That's a challenge we're choosing. Okay, now there's also unexpected challenges when things don't go the way we wanted. Someone doesn't do what we thought we were going to do, or something doesn't work out the way that we thought it was going to work out, or doesn't get received the way we hoped it would get received. Those are maybe unexpected challenges. Maybe it's a sideways challenge. Maybe it's not directly in our business, but it's with our family, our car, something else, one unexpected. We have to have, and we want to cultivate, okay? It doesn't mean you don't need to feel bad that you're not already there. These are things we can cultivate this year. We can develop to another level this year, and that's the willingness to navigate challenges, both chosen and unexpected. And our willingness will really serve us. And one story I'll just give with you, because it had such an impact on me in my years. I remember this very vividly, and it was late at night. I was an undergrad at MIT in electrical engineering, but I was pre-med, so I was also doing some extra research, and I was working with a postdoc in the lab, and we were doing this experiment, and it was late Friday night. We were finally getting the results. I don't know how late it was, but everyone's gone home, lights were off, and we were there checking the results of this experiment. And as we looked at it, all of a sudden, he's looking at trying to figure out, because they didn't come out the way we thought, and he suddenly realized something had gone wrong with the experiment, that we had to do it again. And I remember he didn't get mad, he didn't waste any energy, being frustrated. All he did is he did a brief kind of snort, kind of a, and then he says, guess we're gonna have to do it again. And that was it. And it had such an impact on me. I'm the undergrad, I did most of the experiment, and I don't think there was necessarily blame or anything like that, but still, I was actually really surprised that he wasn't angry, he wasn't upset, he didn't express any frustration. He just said, guess we have to do it again. He didn't complain that it was Friday night or whatever. He just focused on what needed to be done. And that really impacted me. That willingness to navigate a challenge and not waste any energy on things that wouldn't make a difference, and put all his energy just toward what needed to be done next. Okay, so whether that serves you or you have your own stories, remember this: the willingness to navigate challenges, both chosen and expected, can really serve you in moving forward the next phase of what you want to create in your business or your life this year. And then lastly, one other tip for today: celebrate progress and find joy along the way. Okay? If you don't have any enjoyment now, the chances are you're going to burn out somewhere along the way. Okay, now I don't mean well, let's just focus on this. Find ways to celebrate. Okay, in other words, if you had certain gain tasks that you put on your calendar and you got them done, celebrate that you got the big things done today. Celebrate what you sowed, SOWED, like a farmer sowing in the field. Celebrate what you sowed today, what you sowed in your relationships, in your family relationships, in your spiritual life, in your health, in your business. What the major things were that you sowed today. Celebrate those. Even if not everything got done that you wanted to get done, take note of the things that did. As Jim Rohn said, learn to get from the day to what did I learn today? What did I gain from today? What can I celebrate and anchor for today rather than just be frustrated or just move blindly into my next day? Okay, so let's celebrate progress. And progress, another great word to write down, because in going from A to B, we don't always get from A to B overnight or immediately, but we want to note the progress. We don't want to also just be spinning our wheels and staying here. We want to note the progress, even if the progress isn't as far as we want it to be. I remember Louise Hay saying, when you plant a tomato seed and then a little green shoot starts to come up, you don't stomp on the shoot and say, but I wanted a tomato plant. But sometimes we do that, but I wanted, a big sale, or I wanted to close this house deal, or I wanted, this big partner, and I wanted to achieve this big goal. And all it is this little thing. But or maybe it's your social media, your writing, or what you're putting out there, and you wanted a big result, and you've got one or two comments or views, or maybe none. Okay, but it's realizing, celebrating the progress. Maybe the initial progress is just that you did something, you took a step in a direction. Maybe there's no outward result yet, but you did something. Celebrate that progress. You're now making progress in doing something that you weren't doing before. Okay, and then eventually you start to get some results or some feedback or some different things happening. Learn to note and celebrate that progress, because that becomes a feedback loop that reinforces you wanting to go further, because you feel like you're making progress. If we don't feel like we're making progress, we despair and we want to quit. We want to give up. So we want to note and celebrate progress, and we want to find joy along the way, because you're living life now. As my business partner, one of my wonderful partners from Florida, said, you're basically doing business while living. Okay, so make sure you're living and finding joy along the way. You may still be working hard and working towards certain goals and achievements, but find ways to note and celebrate the progress and find joy along the way, and you'll be creating the life that you love now, as well as moving toward the goals and the things that you're wanting to achieve. Enjoy, and then lastly, once again, I'll put this quote up for you in case you haven't seen it, or just as a reminder as we start a new week. The unseen is always the parent of the seen, so learning to cultivate these new abilities and on-purpose strategies within yourself are going to be very key. Enjoy, and we'll be back with you tomorrow.